Hey guys, I'm Allison. I'm the Pampered Wife. I have some more empties for you today. They just keep multiplying. I find them like under the sink, by the closet. I don't know where they keep coming from. But if you're new to my channel, I love all things clean beauty, hair care, skin care, body care, and makeup. So I've got some empties and I'm just gonna jump on in. First, I'll start with this Rose Petal Epsom Salt Mineral Soak with Pink Himalayan Salt. This is 365 brand from Whole Foods. It was fine as far as the product goes, but it was heavily fragranced. It does say it has natural fragrance. They don't say what it is. It smells a lot like rose. If you like rose, you will like this. It was too much for me, so I would not be getting this again. Next, of course, I have a 100% pure shampoo, and this is their Burdock and Neem Healthy Scalp Shampoo. I'm sure I had one of these in another video. I love their shampoos, any kind of their shampoos. I don't necessarily notice huge scalp benefit or anything, but I do love the foam, the lather. It just works really well. My whole family likes it. My hair is nice and bouncy afterwards, and I just love all of their body products. I'll go back in with another 100% pure product. This is their Restorative Sea Culture Hydrating Toner. It was fabulous, just super hydrating, really light. It's been a while that I ran out. It might have been thicker and more like a gel, but it did work beautifully. I loved it. My son loved it. If you have dry skin, this is a great product. It wears great under everything I ever wore it under, and I definitely recommend this one. Comes in nice glass packaging. You could save it and use it as a vase. I'd like to use it for something. I just haven't figured anything out yet. Next I have a hemp CBD collagen facial sheet mask by Mantra. This came in, I believe, a Petavore box, which I love my Petavore boxes. I'm sure you've heard me talk about them before. If you've ever watched my channel, I pay $18 a month. It's a subscription box, and you just get samples and one full size of things. It's a great way to try different brands and products and not be wasteful. I like that it's so inexpensive, so if I don't really love a product, I never feel like it's wasted. It's a clean, vegan, clean subscription box, by the way. So this mask actually was great. It really did plump my skin. It really was hydrating. My husband even noticed after I used it that my skin looked nice, but I won't be repurchasing it because I really do not like the waste of the packaging, and I don't like the waste of the mask. It's a full face mask, and it came like stuck to like a plastic sheet that was all folded up so that you could easily get it off and it didn't stick to itself. It makes sense functionally, but that was wasteful to have the plastic in there. It was wasteful because the mask isn't compostable or recyclable, and then, as I already said, the packaging itself. So 100% Pure does make some compostable masks. If you're interested in masks, I would I would recommend those, even though this worked great. If you don't mind all that and are a big mask, face sheet mask person, then this one was really good. It definitely works. Next, I've got Pacifica Underarm Deodorant Wipes. These, of course, I don't like for the same reason that I just went over with the masks, but I do love the idea of them. I might get the Beauty Counter Face Wipes. They are compostable, and then I could use them wherever. You could, of course, use them under your arms. I just use natural deodorants, and especially with some deodorants more than others, find that they're not so effective, and I like to use the underarm deodorant wipes before bed or in the middle of the day. I haven't needed them so much with the current deodorant, but I do like the product generally, just don't like all the waste. This is the Buddha Butter. It's an all-in-one pure daily moisturizer. It can go everywhere, all over the body. It is super rich, thick, hard like coconut oil. It's a solid at room temperature. And I've not finished it because once you get a little bit and you put it on your skin, it turns to an oil and it's just really greasy. It never sinks in all the way. Not never, I say that, I shouldn't say that. It stays slick and slippery and greasy on the skin, and I really don't like that. I don't like the feeling. I've used it in my hair some, and that was fine, but I don't need a whole huge tube like this. Probably I liked it best on my lips, but I have other lip products that I don't want to carry around a big tub like that. I'm not a fan of the Buddha body butter. I've adjusted my lighting some. I hope that's better. I don't know if it is or not. Still having trouble figuring out the filming here in our little condo in the mountains. But moving on to a cleanser. This is the Youth to the People Kale and Green Tea Spinach Vitamins Superfood Cleanser. It's a gel cleanser, comes in a glass jar bottle. I love it. It can be a little drying, so I'm not using it now that it's winter time. It's a beautiful green gel cleanser, like pale green, and it smells amazing. Typically I'm against scents and perfumes, but it's a wash-off product. It's on your face very briefly, and it does a great job. It's an all-in-one cleanser. It's a great second cleanse, and I love it. I have repurchased it many times, but like I said, I'm not going to use it during the winter because it can be a little drying, but if you don't have dry skin, I think you would love it. This is the Air NYC Tough Love. It was a balm or like a solid at room temperature, and you rub it in very similar to the Buddha body butter, except it's not greasy or oily. I used it on my hands, I used it on my lips. I liked it okay, but what I loved it for was to travel on airplanes because it's not a liquid. I could carry it easily, and it was all-purpose product. So I especially loved it for travel. Otherwise, I just don't really see a place for it in my routine because I have enough lotions and lip balms that I really don't need this all-in-one product to carry around, especially right now. I have one serum. It's the Naturium Vitamin C Face Oil, and I think I liked this. It's always hard for me to tell with an active how great it worked until after I finished and I move on to the next one and see my skin is either better or worse than before. But I think this did a decent job. The formula, it's a glass packaging, and the formula was really nice, light. It wasn't greasy or oily. It almost felt like a dry oil on my skin, so it was very easy to layer and use with other products. I used it once a day and was really disappointed, saw my melasma, which is like hormonal dark spots, creeping back out. So I switched to using it twice a day and made a much bigger difference. I would recommend it. I'm currently trying another vitamin C product, as I always do, but I think this was really good. If you're new to vitamin C or Naturium, I would check them out. I'm really impressed. I think I'm gonna get their niacinamide cleanser next. This is the Bombshell Cleansing Oil, another Petavore product that I got in my subscription box. I really liked this. It didn't blow my mind, but it worked really nicely. And it has lavender in it, and I'm not a lavender fan, but I really like the way this one smells. I don't know how some places or some companies pull that off, whereas other lavender scents I hate. But this was a good one. I can't remember if it emulsified or not. I don't think it did. And that's the only thing for me that I wouldn't repurchase it, is I don't like to use a washcloth on my face. I feel like it's too much exfoliation or tugging. I have other products in my routine that do those things, not the tugging hopefully, but the exfoliation. So that's the only thing for me why I wouldn't repurchase this, but otherwise it's great and it really worked well and it smells really nice. I see I have another cleanser here that I'm kind of doing out of order, but that's okay. It's the Osea Ocean Cleanser. This is a sample size, or trial size I think they call it, and it is in a glass container. This was really nice, clean cream cleanser. It was a little drying for me. It didn't really leave my skin feeling nourished and moisturized. Not that a cream cleanser should necessarily moisturize, but it just felt a little drying to me, which was surprising. I love Osea, but this one was not a great product for me. This, however, is the Osea Atmosphere Protection Cream. This is, I think, my third or fourth one. I love this. It is a lightweight moisturizer. It has UV protection. Somehow it really does a good job moisturizing even though it's so lightweight. If I had to pick one moisturizer to have for the rest of my life, this would be it. It's kind of a one and done. Of course, sometimes of the year I need more moisture and I use oils as well, or a moisturizing toner or something. But this is just great. I love the scent, I love the texture, I love the effects. This is a staple in my arsenal. Moon Juice Cosmic Cream. This is obviously a sample size. I was excited to try this. I've heard lots of good things about this, and I can't speak to how good it is or not because it is so fragranced that I had to wash it off. It made me sneeze. There is something wood oil. Let me see. I think it's the Fusinus spicatus wood oil that caused me problems. That's what I smelled. It kind of smelled like frankincense. There are like flower essences and things like that that should be scenting it, but holy cow, it was so fragranced, I couldn't use it. If you like fragrance, give it a try. Maybe you'll like it. I believe this is another Petavore product. This is the Levito Thera Intensive Foot Cream. I loved it. I'm so glad I found this in my empties. I will probably go online and buy one after this video is over. This was great. It worked really well. Definitely want to get this. I have 2 empties of these. This is the Face Glow Tinted Primer and Illuminator by Graydon. I love this product. This is one of the very first things I ever reviewed on my channel. I was so excited about it that I actually wanted to do a YouTube video about it. And again, this might have been in Love Goodly. I used to have another subscription box, or this was Petavore. I think it's Love Goodly. Anyway, it's beautiful, has so many good skin benefits. Let me see if there's any left. No, none left, but you can see on the tip here, it's a tinted, I don't know what to call it, moisturizer primer. It has some sunscreen in it. It's not rated. Graydon was going through the process of getting it rated. It's just very expensive here in the US, so I don't know how much sun protection it does offer, but I love this. It, like I said, has lots of skin benefits, moisturizing, nourishing. It has a glow to it. I love to put that on days that I don't really want to wear makeup. I'll use it as my moisturizer. It blurs my pores. And if I do want to put makeup on over it, it, provides some SPF. It's one of my favorite products ever. And I'm sure I will be repurchasing it again soon. I actually think this is much better than the new RMS Impeccable Skin, I think is what it's called. I tried it out recently. I'll link that video down below. This, for me, is just much better than that. It provides a glow under your foundation, and I think everything that the RMS product was trying to do that, for me, left me looking a little too wet. 2 more products. This is the Blissoma Photonic Light Shifting Solution. It's an SPF 25 broad spectrum UV protection as well. It's a moisturizer, it's a sunscreen. This also is a beautiful product. Oh, I got the teeniest bit out. And you see it's tinted. It's actually red algae that tints it, which has, good skin benefits. And it also has absolutely no white cast, probably because of that red algae. But here I just rubbed it in. It leaves a nice little glow on your face, sinks in, and wears beautifully under everything as well. I love that product and totally recommend that too. I love Blissoma as a company. If you're not familiar with them, they're great. Lastly, I have 1 makeup product. It's the Pacifica Highest Def Hemp Brow Fiber Set. I don't know why it's called a set. It's just 1 product, but it is an eyebrow gel. And I really liked the color. It's very inexpensive. It wore nicely. Well, it wore nicely mostly. It really flaked a lot. Like if you looked close, you could see little flakes. I actually wore this to the dermatologist the first time I ever tried it. And I'm talking to the dermatologist and she's looking at my face and this and that. And she, they use like magnifying glasses, and she gets to my eyebrows and she went, because she saw all the little flecks. And we just kept talking. I didn't even tell her what it was, but it's pretty funny. Anyway, this dried out pretty quickly for me, and like I said, it did flake a bit, but otherwise it's great if you live in a more humid climate or a not so arid climate as where I live. I live in Colorado. Then I think this is probably great. I really liked this shade. This is 4 medium. I was just really pleased with this. It held my brows nicely. It was comfortable, and like I said, the price, fantastic. That wraps up all my empties. Sorry my lighting is off. I'm still trying to figure things out. I feel like I look so washed out when I look at my camera screen, but I have so much makeup on. I shouldn't look washed out. Anyway, by the time this airs, the election results should be in, so we can move on as a country. Hopefully I'll come together, enjoy more time with our families because COVID's getting worse. I don't know. I'm just gonna keep playing with my makeup. It makes me feel good. It's a great distraction. I just hope you guys are staying healthy and well, and that you find some time to pamper yourself today. Bye.